time to talk about Darth Vader, issue number 36, so let's get into this. In the earlier issue, we saw the reunion of Vader and his former subordinate, Dr. APHRA, who's an archaeologist who basically Vader tried to kill, but she eventually escaped and, you know, became so popular they gave her her own series that I think it's still running. I think it's written by Elisa Wong at this time. And anyway, they embarked on a crucial mission to locate a rare substance called carbonite, which holds the potential to attain Vader's uncontrollable force abilities. As a reminder, ever since the opening of the Fermate cage in Kara's little hidden empire like saga, where she basically went crazy and tried to defeat both Sidious and Vader, all Force users are struggling to control their abilities, their powers. Anyway, the group, which actually includes OCHI, but he doesn't add anything, so he's unimportant, went on a quest and they stumbled upon this carbonite, this material that could actually, absorb Vader's powers and redirect it and kind of control it. And it turned really unexpected, and this group of droids basically materialized out of thin air and targeted Vader after he attained this artifact called Zale Shield. I'm pretty sure that's how it's pronounced, but do not quote me on that. And they basically intended on eliminating Vader. And that's basically where the last issue ends. Let's get into this one. Target APHRA Part 2. After the Fermate cage caused Darth Vader's control of the Force to waver, he tracked down Dr. APHRA to help him retrieve the ancient Zale Shield, a weapon made of pure carborite that can help Force users focus their energies. Meanwhile, a gathering of droids who have been wronged by Darth Vader in the past have gathered and are prepared to turn on him. The story takes us back 2 weeks where we encounter a group of droids in this factory. Among them is G90, a droid who had previously been betrayed by Vader and slashed in half. As G90 undergoes repairs, this droid leader gathers the other droids and discuss their shared experiences of having their original parts be replaced with inferior substitutes. Despite being droids, they recognize that they do possess emotions and thoughts, unlike what organics might assume. The leader Otset seizes this moment to rally all the droids against their common enemy, Vader, having been destroyed by him in the past. These droids have harbored resentment and a desire for revenge. Surprisingly, even Triple Zero and BT, two droids who had originally served Vader but later ventured on their own path, join in this cause. They're two droids who became so popular that everybody thought they were the big deal for some reason. These droids are just murderers. That's the only thing going for these droids. It's like a protocol and astromech. I just don't like them. Meanwhile, Zeb Sit 7, a forensic droid once belonging to Vader, reveals vital information about Vader's suppressed powers and his quest to find the Zale Shield, which can harness his abilities and release devastating energy blast. In present day, we witness Vader unleashing a powerful energy blast targeted G90, who violently just shields the other droids, which is nice. The narrative then transitions back 2 weeks again as Z690, or just Z, continues to execute his plan. He gathers data from those who were slain by Vader's lightsaber and those who were crushed by his telepathic grip. Triple Zero mentions his own destruction by Vader in a room infused with pure kyberite. In the present, armed with the kyberite shields, a few droids actually attempt to deflect Vader's blast, but they fail and the blast basically just hits the floor. Greatness. The story shifts once again as said in the past faces a dilemma. He doesn't know what to do after they actually implement the kyberite shields. And he actually seeks suggestions as he turns to the droids, just asking if they have any interesting reports when they were slain by Vader. Irats, the first droid that Vader actually destroyed in the 2017 Darth Vader series, offers a solution. If he can get close enough to any remaining parts that Vader has as of his, he can establish a communication or a connection to them. And then we return to present and we see Aratsk trying to communicate with his parts within Vader's armor. Unfortunately, Vader just flinches inside, but the other droids come in and try to distract Vader, and then a rat communicates with him, but something goes wrong, obviously, and this leads a rat to turn against the other droids. And also, Zeb reveals that like this was all a part of his plan, and he basically destroys G90 because why not? And after that's done, Triple Zero like observes him and just like, oh, you were just gonna kill all of them and turn them all to Vader? And he's like, Zeb's like, yeah. And Triple Zero is like, oh, I relish in murder. Let's murder all these droids. And he follows Zeb's ideas and just murders the rest of the droids. I mean, there's no sugarcoating that like Triple Zero is kind of a boring character. When there's just a droid who just loves murdering people. Meanwhile, OCHI and APHRA engage in a separate conversation, like off to the side, realizing that the droids aren't really interested in her, they're only interested in killing Vader. And they observe BT and Triple Zero escaping in a shuttle, and APHRA contemplates like using one of the other shuttles to escape. And she asks OCHI if he wants to leave with her. But OCHI, however, declares that he wants to be on Oat's winning side, and he declares his allegiance to Vader being the strongest being in the galaxy, and just him remaining on Vader's side, even if Vader treats him like crap. He does say that he won't stop her from escaping. OCHI tells like Vader all of this information about her leaving along with the droids, but he doesn't care, and tells both ZB and OCHI to repair the damaged droids for future use. It seems now that Vader possesses an army of droids like he did in the 2015 Vader series. God, this is why. Honestly, this series is definitely something else. I honestly thought the callbacks to like numerous different occasions where Vader was just dismantling droids was just weird. This issue does not have any flashbacks to those occasions, by the way. All the other previous issues had like flashbacks to like see what Vader was doing. There's no flashbacks in this. And the flashbacks have been really assistant up to late, which I'm really confused about. If you wanted to have some flashbacks into like what the droids are talking about, like handling Vader or like fighting him or like this is the issue. We should have those flashbacks, but they don't. Personally, I find this story like less interesting and less captivating compared to like when Sabe was a character under Vader's influence. I've actually found that pretty interesting. But now it's just like Vader going from place to place, kind of just like killing people who believe that he's weak, but now he's just not anymore. He was kind of vulnerable because he couldn't control his force abilities, but now with the shield, he actually is not, and it becomes kind of predictable because Vader's honestly not ever gonna be vulnerable up to this point again. And honestly, I just find this kind of interesting. It's kind of directionless as well up to this point. Hopefully, this story gets better, but nah, I'm kind of just uninterested. I might actually take a break from Vader or Darth Vader as a series. Well, that's a video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And until then, may the Force be with you. Goodbye.